Many Filipinos do not have a chance to attend and finish formal basic education due to many reasons. Some drop out from schools, while some do not have schools in their respective communities. Since every Filipino has a right to free basic education, the government establishes the alternative learning system to provide all Filipinos the chance to have access to and complete basic education in a mood that fits their distinct situations and needs. The 1987 Philippine Constitution provides for the recognition and promotion of other forms of education other than formal education. Article 14, Section 2, Paragraph 1 declares that the state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and society, and concisely encourages non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning systems, as well as self-learning, independent, and out-of-school study programs, particularly those that respond to community needs. Good morning, Region 10 ALS implementers. Welcome to our Webinar 3, Day 1. I am your first resource speaker today to talk about the nature of ALS teachers and learners. In this session, all of you are expected to differentiate the nature of teachers and learners in alternative learning system from a formal education. Next, demonstrate how to handle the different culture of out-of-school children, out-of-school youth, and out-of-school adults in the respective community. And the last one, valuing the importance of commitment, flexibility, compassion, and passion to serve the depressed, deprived, and underserved Filipino out of school children, out of school youth, and out of school adults. The nature of us teachers and learners. Alternative learning system education happens outside the classroom. It is a community based, usually conducted at community learning centers, barangay multipurpose hall, libraries, or at home, and even in cemeteries, managed by our ALS learning facilitators such as mobile teachers, district ALS coordinators, instructional managers at an agreed schedule and venue between the learners and facilitators. Alternative learning system as a first-class second chance education is not only limited in delivering educational services to out-of-school children, out-of-school youth, and out-of-school adults, but also to all Filipinos, especially those with special needs, persons deprived from liberty, PWD, Muslim brothers, and many more. In this scenario, you can see that formal education and ALS have the same goal, that is, to provide quality basic education. They are actually parallel. However, we can consider that in ALS, there is a shortcut way to basic education. Unlike in formal school, it is a step-by-step process for the school-age children. So to say, formal education system is a classroom-based, managed by trained formal school teachers. Who delivers the ALS? ALS is either DepEd delivered, DepEd procured, or DepEd partners delivered. First, DepEd delivered refers to the implementation arrangement where program is directly carried out by DepEd ALS implementers such as the mobile teachers and district ALS coordinators. Second, The DepEd procured refers to the implementation arrangement where program is contracted by DepEd to service providers such as non-government organizations and other government organizations and literacy volunteers. Third, DepEd Partners Delivered refers to the implementation of ALS programs by non-DepEd organizations such as local government units or LGUs, non-government organizations or NGOs, and other government organizations, international donor agencies, church-based organizations, and individuals on a voluntary basis using their own resources. As implementers who are deeply delivered, first we have mobile teachers. They are specialized teachers who live among the people in remote barangays of the country to conduct basic literacy program for the non-literate out-of-school children, youth, and adults who are willing to learn basic literacy skills and proceed to continuing program that is accreditation and equivalency for those who left formal school system or have no access to formal schools. Under the delivered, we have also the ALS field implementors. They are called district ALS coordinators, who are primarily a formal school teacher item duly designated as full-time DALC to harmonize ALS initiatives in a district. However, just like the mobile teachers, they also serve as learning facilitators in the delivery of the different ALS programs and projects. When we talk about ALS teachers provide learners quality education beyond classroom. Multi-skilled, they are flexible also, compassionate, committed and determined, and last, passionate to serve the depressed, deprived, and underserved Filipino out-of-school children, youth, and adults. ALS teachers versus formal classroom teacher. Kindly take a look at your screen. We can say that there is no difference speaking of teachers' qualification. Both are licensed professional teachers. It differs only on the classroom structure wherein ALS teachers can deliver educational services at anywhere and in everywhere. Now let's proceed to the challenges faced by an ALS teacher. First, mobility or accessibility and safety issues in going to far-flung areas to look for learners. Schedule of ALS classes are based on learners' availability. Third, irregular attendance of learners. Then availability of community learning centers. Lack of learning materials and or resources. Then support from the school administrators in ALS programs and project implementation. And then the last one, additional administrative assignments aside from being an ALS mobile teacher. Alternative learning systems seeks to serve the Filipino out-of-school children, youths, and adults, regardless of age, including people with disabilities, person deprived with liberty, children in conflict with the law, street children, solo parents, victims of abuse, kasambahay, rebel returnees, indigenous people, and other people who, for one reason or another, cannot afford to go through formal schooling. It is emphasized that school-aged children or youths are who are in school are encouraged to be in the formal school system. The pictures shown denotes that the principle of teaching utilized in ALS is andragogy. It is teaching adults, while in formal school is pedagogy. That is the science of teaching young children. Now let's proceed to the ALS setting. It is a community-based learning session which usually happen outside the classroom. It can be inside chapels, in a barangay halls, multi-purpose halls, under the bridges, under the tree, porok or reading centers, inside the jail, at home, or even in cemeteries, managed by ALS teachers such as ALS mobile teachers, district ALS coordinators, instructional managers, and literacy volunteers at an agreed schedule and venue between the learners and the ALS teachers. The alternative learning system versus formal school. It is shown in the picture that in ALS, we gather learners in one area where learning takes place. It could be under the tree, in a waiting shade, multi-purpose hall, in a cemetery, or even in learners' residence. We call it a community-based learning delivery. While in formal education, they are inside the classroom, where convenient atmosphere is more possible. The Learning Center. Learning sessions may be conducted at any place or space referred to as a Community Learning Center or CLC, which is convenient to the learners. The CLCs are categorized into five types. First, simple, makeshift, or temporary meeting place. That is type 1. Next, semi-concrete structure, mostly made of light materials. Next, mostly made of cement and other concrete materials. Then type 4, 2 or 3 story building. Then the last one, materials are either being transported from house to house. That's all about my topic on the nature of us teachers and learners, the other side of basic education. Thank you for listening, everyone, and God bless.